Greetings, everyone. Uh, Thank you for joining me in today's lesson. And in today's lesson, we're going to introduce computer networks and connectivity. So, Unit 3 is about computer networks and its connectivity. Now, of course, we know that computer networks refers to the infrastructure and technologies that enables computers to communicate with each other, share resources, and access information. Okay, so when we talk about computer network, we are talking about the build-up or technologies that enable computers or that make it possible for computers to communicate with each other and share resources and access to information. So, a computer network O in O as a single, all right? A computer network is a set of interconnected computers that communicate with each other for sharing resource and information. Not too different from the earlier definition. So the official definition of a computer network is that it's a set of interconnected computers that communicate with each other for sharing resource and information. So then, what is the purpose? All right, the purpose is to facilitate data exchange, resource sharing, and communication among connected devices. So there are three purposes, okay, three goals. One, to facilitate data exchange, to facilitate the exchange of data. Secondly, to facilitate the resource sharing, and thirdly, to communicate among connected devices. Okay, so that's one. That's the purpose of a computer network. Now, what are type of the networks? Of course, some of these we're going to cover them in depth at length in the second unit or the first unit. Local area network LAN. Okay, so local area network is limited to a small geographic area. So LAN, local area network, is a first type of network, which is abbreviated as LAN. All right, LAN, local area network. So local area network is limited to a small geographical area like a single building or a campus. All right, so LAN is a network that is provided for a small limited area, okay, or a limited in one building. The network is just in that particular building. That's what we call local area network. Then we have the second type of network, which is wide area network. One, all right, wide area network. This one, it spans a larger geographical area connecting, a wider area across cities or countries. So wide area network connects a bigger space, a bigger space. It can include, it can include a city and a country at large. So that is a wide area network. Remember one time when Mao Sampa was the mayor of Lusaka in Zambia. He promised that he was going to, bring Wi-Fi in Lusaka. All right, the whole city will have Wi-Fi. All right. Of course, that's a plan that went, natural death. No one knows what happened, but it was one of the promises. So he was going to use a wide area network, one, okay, to connect the city together with Wi-Fi. So metropolitan area network, so MAN, all right, abbreviated as MAN. So here it covers a city or a large campus. Okay, so it's not too different from one wide area network. All right, metropolitan area network is also, it covers, it covers a large area. It covers a larger area similar to a wide area network. Okay, now the wide area network is smaller than a metropolitan area network, okay, because it covers large cities. For wide area network, for example, it can cover, it can cover maybe Lusaka, because Lusaka is not as huge because we're a third country. But when you look at our friends in the UK and these developed countries, they've got bigger towns. Okay, so for them, they're able to cover. In Lusaka or in Zambia, we can say it can cover even 2 districts, all right, 2 provinces. Just it has got network. All right. Then we have what we call global area network. Global area network, GAN. So this one spans the entire globe, all right? So in the whole entire globe, connecting networks across continents. So here it connects the continent itself as well as the world at large. So when the question is brought, do not, do not be mistaken or do not fail to answer the question. So let's look at network topology. So we're going to study network topologies in the next chapter perfectly well. For now, we're just introducing. There are 4 key network topologies. The first one is what we call a bus topology. So all devices share a single communication line. So bus topology is how the networks are connected in a particular area. So all devices share a single communication. Now, I want you, as you are reading this, to browse through some pictures, pictographs of how a bus topology looks like. So a bus topology is where the devices are connected. There is a single communication line. So there's one cable that connects different computers. So this computer comes here, there's one line, then this computer comes here, the other computer comes there, the other computer comes there, the other computer comes there. It's a line. Okay, so you can Google through this and check how the picture looks like. Then there's what we call a star topology. A star topology, here the devices are connected to a central hub. So all of them, look at how a star is. So in the middle, there is there's a hub. Then all of them are connected to a central hub. Look at how a star looks like. So you can also Google this and see how it looks in a picture. Then there's what we call a ring topology. Ring topology. So a ring topology, here devices form a closed up loop. Okay, just like the way the ring is. They form a closed up loop. Then lastly, there's what we call a mesh topology. Okay, so a mesh topology, it's confused, all right? It's confused. There are different loops are interconnected, providing redundancy, all right? So they are connected in, they are interconnected. The devices are interconnected and cables pass through each other. So you can also Google this and check out how it looks like. So one, we are now looking at network devices. Network devices. So what are some of the network devices that are there? There's what we call the router, all right? So you and I may be able to have an idea of what a router is. So a router connects different networks and directs data between them. So a router, that's where there is data. Okay, a router is a device that connects you, okay, to the internet. So it has got it directs data. So you get data, you get access. So data gives you access to the internet. So without data, you cannot access the internet. Okay, so a router, so this is one of the network device. The second is what we call a switch. Okay, so a switch connects devices within a network and manages data traffic efficiently. So a switch is, a switch connects devices within a network and manages data traffic efficiently. So it helps you manage the data efficiently. So there is a switch. So that switch helps you to manage the the network properly and efficiently. Okay. Then thirdly, there's what we call a hub. Okay. So a hub is a basic networking device that connects multiple devices in a local area network. So a hub is a device that connects multiple devices, okay, in a local area network. So a hub is something where you receive where it's something where network is received. Okay, so once this network is received, it is easier for you to be able to distribute it in other area. Now remember, this is just basic information. Make sure you Google around, you see what how a hub looks like, you know, switch, router, and all that. Okay, then we have a modem. All right, a modem. So modems this time around, they're changing shape, and some of them are actually coming out of use. A modem converts digital data into analog, okay, for transmission over analog communication line. Okay, so a modem converts digital data. It's also a device, okay? It's a network device. So it provides you access to the network, okay? So fifth, we have what we call the network protocols. Network protocols. Okay, so network protocol. So what is a network protocol? So a protocol is a set of instructions, that makes it possible for network to operate and connect an individual to the internet. Okay, so there's what we call TCP or IP. Okay, TCP or IP. So this one, TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol. Okay, Transmission Control Protocol, or IP is the Internet Protocol. Okay, Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. So these abbreviation, they are a fundamental suite of protocols for internet communication. So there are instructions for internet, there are fundamental instructions for internet communication. For internet to take place, you need what we call IP address, okay, or TCP. So this is the same. Either transmission control protocol or internet protocol, it's the same thing. Okay. Then there is another set of instructions that makes it possible for browsing to take place. There's what we call HTTP. HTTP. Okay. HTTP. Now, HTTP or HTTPs, all right? HTTP or HTTPs, there's an S at the end. HTTPS, which means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Then the S is called secure. So Hypertext Protocol Secure. Okay. So they used for browsing. So when you look at your browser, okay. So when you look at your browser, at the just the link, when you go to the link of the browser, okay, when you go to the link of the browser, let me check if there is a possibility that we can I can show you something. So the HTTP, so let's search for something. Okay, now when you search for this item, okay, when you search for this item, on top you should check the link. Okay, here is the link. Let me copy it since you can't see the upper part. So this is the link. Okay, so when you look at the link, at the first of the link here, there's what we call HTTPS. Okay, this is what we call the this is what we call the hypertext transfer control secure. So this HTTPS is what directs you, okay? It's what directs you to to the internet or to whatever things you are searching about, okay? Now, so it directs you to what you are searching, okay? So it is used for web browsing. When you don't have HTTP at the end, you can't have a link, okay? Then on top of that, there's what we call FTP, okay? FTP, this is a file transfer protocol. So all these are instructions that help the internet to work. So it facilitates file transfer between devices, okay? So it facilitates the transfer of files between devices, okay? Then there's what we call SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, This one manages email transmission. It manages email transmission. So for emails, there's SMTP, okay, simple mail transfer protocol. So for emails, you use the SMTP. For for the transfer of files, when you're transferring files, you're using what we call FTP. Okay. When you are browsing, you use HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, so in your browser there is HTTPS all the time at the end. I mean at the beginning of the file. Okay, then there's what we call TCP or IP address. It is a suit for internet communication. For you to connect to the internet or network, you need HTTP, I mean IP address. So when you look at all these protocols, these are instructions that we'll be able to maybe look at properly in the next chapter. For now, these are the set of protocols that are there. So when you're asked, do not fail to respond or to answer the question. So let's now look at intranet and intranet and internet, internet and internet, internet and intranet. All right. So internet is a global network connecting millions of public and private networks. So internet, by definition, is the global network that connects millions of public and private networks together. Whereas internet is a private network within an organization using internet technologies for internal communication. So internet is a global network connecting millions. So this one is a public, okay? It connects both the public and the private, okay? Whereas intranet, it provides network within an organization, just within an organization. For example, if you've got an intranet for Charles Life University, it connects only the Charles Life University, either staff and students. So that's what we call an intranet. So it's a private network, whereas as internet is a global network for public and the private consumption. Okay, so that's a difference between the two. Then there's what we call wireless connectivity. Wireless connectivity. So when we talk about networks, there's what we call wireless Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, the word Wi-Fi, it means wireless fidelity. The word Wi-Fi means wireless fidelity. So wireless fidelity allows devices to connect wirelessly to a local network. So what happens when you hear Wi-Fi? It means that there is free internet. So allows devices to connect wireless to a local area network. So you are connected to a local network. Okay. So local network, it provides you access to communicate online or to the network or to the internet. Okay, that's what we call Wi-Fi. Then there's what we call Bluetooth. Okay, Bluetooth is short range wireless. So Bluetooth is a short range wireless technology for connecting devices like smartphones, keyboard, speakers, etc. So Bluetooth also helps to connect devices together, electronic devices. Okay, so Bluetooth, I mean smartphones, keyboard, speakers, you can connect them via Bluetooth. Okay, so and there's another. So this is a wireless. These are factors of um, you know platforms of wireless connectivity. Wireless connectivity, it means there's no cable that connects one device to the other. Okay, that's why it's called wireless connectivity. Then there's what we call NFC. Okay, NFC is a near field communication. So it enables close range wireless communication for data exchange. So it enables close range wireless communication. So near field communication, NFC, it enables the a close range wireless communication. Now I'm sure you may have heard. So this one is one of the latest exploration currently, and it may very soon it may come into play. All right. So it uses very close range communication. So when you just come closer to the device, it begins to to transfer information. For example, there is a technology. I think it should be with Samsung, Samsung smartphones. When you just bring it closer, it's able to tap some information. It's able to charge another device. Okay, I've just seen a technology where it charges, and you just bring it closer or you put it on top of the other, then it begins to charge the other one. So it's one of the example of the technology we are talking about. Then we have what we call the network security. Security. Under network security, there's what we call a firewall. Okay, a firewall. A firewall protects network by monitoring and controlling incoming and outgoing network traffic. Okay, so network firewall, it protects it protects network by monitoring and controlling incoming and outgoing network traffic. Okay, so it is able to to check what is safe and what is not. Then there's what we call encryption. Okay, so encryption converts data into code to prevent unauthorized access. So encryption, it converts data into code to prevent unauthorized access. So it's one of the computer security. So computer security, we've got firewall, encryption, and VPN. Okay, VPN is called virtual private network. Virtual private network. So virtual private network, VPN, establishes a secure connection over the internet for a remote access. Now, for VPN, when you have a VPN, there's actually softwares that when you turn them on, they will turn on the VPN. Now, VPN, you can choose where you want to be. Okay, if you want to be identified as someone from the UK but you're in Zambia, just download a VPN application, a software, then you turn it on and choose the country of your choice. I remember there's some point in Zambia where we were forced to use VPN. Maybe some of you may remember if you are a Zambian. There was there was some confusion where internet was down. Okay, for as long as you're a Zambian, you can't be able to browse, you can't be able to go to the internet. And during that time, people were downloading VPNs from their phones, from their smartphones, from their computers. And once you turn the VPN, you choose the country of your choice, Indian or something, then you'll be able to find it. You'll be able to go to the internet and do everything you need. So that's an example. So those are categories of network securities. Okay, those are network securities. Now, of course, let's look at imaging technology. In our first session, where we were looking at computer generation, we looked at first generation, third generation, and fourth generation, fifth generation. So here now there's an imaging technologies of 5G network. So 5G network is a fifth generation of mobile networks offering a high speed and improved connectivity. So these are in speeds. Okay, so it's one of the emerging technology, the technology that may come to us anytime soon. 5G network, which is very, very fast. You can Google the details of what 5G is all about, but it's a very fast network. So then we've got what we call IoT, Internet of Things. So interconnected devices that can communicate and share data. It's also one of the technologies that is being developed now. Okay, then what are some of the challenges and future trends? One, we've got security concerns. There's a very high increase in cyber security, cyber threats, and needs for a robust security measures. In as much as knowledge is increasing, people's skills are advancing, and as people's skills are advancing, there is a cyber concern. Okay, then there's what we call scalability, which is growth. Okay, that is growth. Are we going to be able to accommodate the growing number of connected devices? Because every day people are buying devices, every day thousands and thousands of devices are being manufactured. Are we going to accommodate the growth of increase in devices? And of course, there's the there's also the issue of artificial intelligence. Networks. Today computers are working with AI, artificial intelligence, which is bringing a threat which is bringing a threat to human survival as well as other threats that are coming. So these are some of the things that you should be able, as an IT personnel, you need to be able to explore and see how best we should be able to survive and grow as communities and as the global community together. So that's all for today. Until we meet next time, goodbye.